What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the AFL video on this lovely Friday. And we have to discuss the West Coast Eagles, man. Obviously, the worst team in the AFL, currently in last place with 4 points. Damn. Listen, listen. It's been a very big drop off in them. Obviously, the title of this video, the decline of West Coast since 2018. So we need to go over and just see what the hell has happened to West Coast since then. Shout out to the Sworn Knives, all credit goes to them big time. Boys and girls, man. West Coast had to play Collingwood this weekend. Damn. It's a good chance we go live for that game. I just wanted to see it. Can my influence, can my aura push West Coast to beat Collingwood? Is there a chance? You guys let me know in the comments down below. Outside, boys and girls, man, let's go ahead. Let's hop straight into it. Don't forget to like the video, sub as well as always.
A dark day for the proud West Coast.
I mean, look at the score.
The Sydney Swans defeat the Eagles by 171 points.
Since the 2018 Grand Final win, it has been a slow decline for West Coast. 15-7 in 2019, 12-5 in 2020, 10-12 in 2021, 2-20 in 2022, and now they sit 1-13, coming off a 171-point loss to Sydney.
Oh, shit.
We all know the Eagles are at rock bottom, but how did they get to this point, and what does the future look like? The last 2 years in particular, injury has been a critical factor. Blame can be put on the medical and fitness staff at the club. Many of the injuries have also been due to luck or lack thereof.
Am I bugging?
Nick Natanui has not played this year and played only 8 games last year. Elliot Yeo has played 23 games in the last 3 seasons.
And don't get me wrong, like, West Coast has some players, you know. I think one of the Rioli brothers is there, or Evans, I think, is there. It's a Rioli like Evans. I forgot the first name, but his face I know. Thanks for Harley Reid. He's really good. But, you know, they're talking about like contracts with him. So if I'm West Coast, I'm trying to keep Harley Reid. Harley Reid. I don't give a crap. I know I'm saying it wrong, my bad, but I think it is Harley. Let me just move on from just saying his name. They need to keep him. Simple as that. You gotta keep building,
Captain
man.
Luke Shuey, 30 in the same period of time. Former captain Shannon Hearn has sporadically missed games for a few years too, and Premiership hero Dom Sheed has played just 11 games from 2021 onwards. These are senior, experienced players that really have had no continuity.
I mean, I know
Throw
Candy
this
retired a
in
few
with
years
other
ago.
first-team players like Jamie Cripps, Liam Ryan, Tom
Yeah,
Cole,
that's his name,
and Harry
Liam
Edwards.
Ryan.
It simply leaves a decimated squad with an AFL team weakly made up of waffle standard players, a bunch of kids, senior players who aren't even close to 100% fit, and no team chemistry or continuity. It's a recipe for weekly 100-point losses. Sympathy has to be felt for this aspect of the Eagles, especially this season. But even with a full list, it is unlikely the Eagles would be flying much higher. West Coast from 2018 onwards is comparable to a stock market collapse. Their salary cap is made up of horrific contracts with aging stars who have been seriously injured, out of form, or both. They paid up for their premiership heroes and stars at a premium, and in the last couple years, their value has diminished to next to nothing.
Who's doing the contracts?
Jeremy McGovern is a 4-time All-Australian
Just handing
and
out
one of
money.
the best intercept defenders of his time. But since 2018, his lack of fitness has been alarming, playing just 60 of 97 home and away games, missing more each season onwards, to the point where he's played just 3 games this year. He signed a 5-year deal worth $5 to $6 million that expires this year, although he's agreed to re-sign for another 2 years with a pay cut. Andrew Gaff missed out on the 2018 flag due to his infamous punch on Andrew Brayshaw, but got rewarded with a 2-year deal at the end of that season due to his form. In 2020, he hit triggers to extend the contract worth roughly $800,000 per season a further 4 years. Gaff has been a tough watch the last 2 years. His production has significantly dropped and his impact on a wing has been minimal.
I think the bad part with them is that, like I said, they've had talent, Golf, McGovern, but the injuries with the contracts that they have, it just haven't worked out. So you're kind of stuck, basically. So you're kind of hoping, like, you can run down the contract, let them leave, whatever, but it seems like some bad luck, though.
His
Some
value
bad
has
luck.
rapidly
And
diminished
it's feeling it now.
from his All-Australian heights in 2018. Jack Darling has had an underwhelming last 2 years, and on $800,000 per season, he hasn't looked as fit as he did 3 or 4 years
Look
ago.
at the score,
he has
man.
another season left on his deal, and similar to Gaff at 31, has lost most of his value. The unluckiest of this group has been Elliot Yeo. He was a star in 2018 and 2019, but his groin issues broke him down to a shadow of himself. The power and explosion is still seen now and then, but his $800,000 a year contract hasn't paid off, seemingly due to injury misfortune. At the time, you can argue West Coast had to pay the stars who brought them a premiership cup and reward them for their efforts while fending off opposing clubs. The issue West Coast made was not seeing the writing on the wall in regards to the age of their list. 2019 was still a great year for the club, but the back end of 2020 showed the downturn in these players. Gaff still had trade value. Jack Darling would have been heavily wanted as well.
Wicked.
Even trading a couple of these players at the time would have relieved the salary cap, allowing the Eagles to be more active in free agency, but also got them a couple second or third round draft picks. It would have been the hard thing to do, but the Eagles held on to these aging stars and went into the following year's drafts with no high-end picks. I think it's safe to say the Tim Kelly trade has been a pretty big fail, and is a big reason why the Eagles couldn't get any high-end talent to the club in 2019 and 2020. Tim Kelly has been okay at the Eagles. He's been their best player this year, but for what they gave up, you would expect multiple best and fairest and All-Australians on an individual level, something he hasn't achieved. They traded pick 14, 24 and 37 in 2019 and their 2020 first-round pick, which ended up at pick 18. It was a big price at the time and killed the Eagles looking at it now.
I think West Coast tried to prolong their window, it seemed like. Keeping guys longer than they should have. And it kind of effed them over like, hey, man, like, you can't do that. Can't do that. You got to see right on the wall. And that's what, he said. Like, they never really saw it. They thought, they still had time. And guess what happened? Shit went left. Crap the bed. And now here we are, 2025, 4 points. Absolutely awful. So, old guys getting old, keep it for longer. Tim Kelly trade didn't work out. It's just a bad rebuild. This was also paired with no
first-round pick in the 2018 draft. 3 years in a row with no first-round talent is hard to overcome in the future. Between 2018 and 2020, the Eagles drafted just 7 players in the national draft, with Xavier O'Neal playing 34 games, the most out of the group. These 3 drafts produced no one of real note. Rookie pickup Jermaine Jones does flash with talent, but he has been struck with the injury bug of late.
Golly,
so with all this taking place, how do the Eagles move forward? Cleaning the salary cap up is a must. It's unlikely the Eagles will get anything for their aging stars, but they should still try. If not Gaff, Darling, Hearn, Cripps, Shuey and Nick Nat will probably retire after this year or next, freeing up plenty of cap space.
Just cut them.
McGovern, Yeo, Kelly and Sheed will probably stay as the senior core until at least 2025.
McGovern
has already agreed to less money.
McGovern was somebody else, I think.
Drafting is obviously the next key to rebuilding swiftly. West Coast will have pick 1 this year and another 2 second-rounders as well. They may choose to split pick 1 for multiple first-rounders or choose Harley Reid, the consensus number 1 pick. Last year's draft already looks great. Ruben Jinby at pick 9 has played every game and at 189 centimeters is in the mold of Oliver, Cripps and Tom Green. He will be the future big-bodied mid of the Eagles.
Big bite.
Elijah Hewitt at pick 14 has only featured 5 times, but his 16 disposals against the Swans was exciting to see. Noah Long at pick 58 looks a steal. The 178cm forward has played 10 games. His 16 disposals and 1 goal against Collingwood was seriously impressive.
Okay.
Brady Hoff from the 2021 draft has featured 22 times in defence, while first-round Campbell Chesser is finally playing after a serious ankle injury interrupted his first year.
Another injury.
Throw in 2021 mid-season draft pick Jai Cully, who sadly did his ACL 2 games after kicking 4 goals, and this year's mid-season pickup Ryan Marriage, who many had as a second-rounder this upcoming draft. We can see a young group of Eagles is already forming. WA Bulldog stars Aaron Norton and Tim English are out of contract next year, and with the cap space available, the Eagles may be able to snare one, if not both of them.
Yeah.
It's going to be a struggle for West Coast in the short term, but a path is clear.
I don't think that happened.
The aging stars will finish up soon, and the current youngsters will gain AFL exposure immediately. They will get thumped many more times this year, and probably next, but the wave of new talent will come quick. By the end of next season, this Eagles side will look completely different on the field. Off the field, Adam Simpson may stay or depart,
but new
there. Fitness and medical staff will be a feature. It's doom and gloom for the Eagles right now, but in the AFL...
Yeah, I don't think, bro. What is it? I think, I forgot the coach's name. Shit. Anyway, it's irrelevant. But listen, man. There's some bad luck into it. Also, the injuries did play a part in West Coast, being how they are. A lot of the guys who had high hopes for were injured. Older guys stayed longer. The money they were giving out to these guys are absolutely just astronomical, just awful. So, it's just bad from top to bottom. And then they have any draft picks for like 3 years straight. First round picks for like 3 years straight. So, and that's what happens when you kind of trade away in the Tim Kelly trade, whatever. So, listen. It's been a rough year for them right now, currently 2025, so we got to take it on the chin. Hopefully they can, improve, get better. But we're going to see about West Coast this weekend, man, and go from there. We're going to go from there. Hope you guys did enjoy the videos. Always don't forget to like the video, sub as well. Take care. Stay amazing. As always, see you guys soon. Peace.